Hey guys, it's me again, and just wanted to say I've been getting a lot of emails and comments, and thank you for all of that. I had a message come in and just felt really inspired to turn on the video camera and put this in front of it. So, he said, she said, this is what I'm getting a lot of. He said, she said, we're all caught in our heads. And if you look at these words right here, the word head is in this. H-E-A-D. H-E-A-D. Get it? We're too up here with all this stuff. It's all about the he said, she said. What did he do in the 3D plane of the reality? What did she do? You know, we need to really elevate above all of this, because focusing on, you know, the he said, she said, I know I've been posting videos about the struggle with cutting communication with my twin and moving towards that which feels good. But I spend very little time in the he said, she said place. And spending time in the he said, she said place is not going to bring union any quicker. It's not going to help you in your thought process, in manifestation, in any of that. You're just basically, all that's happening when you do that is that you're replaying negative tapes in your head. And you know what's happening on the 3D plane right now, the whole dynamic is not what's happening on the 5D or at a soul level, or even really internally. You know, I think that the divine masculine is really internalizing a lot of this right now, going through his own process, and it might not be coming across in words or communications. Look at this little monster I have here. Say hi, Stella. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi. She loves this energy too. She wants to get in on it. So the thought is that when you can go above all of that and get yourself out of the replaying all the details of the 3D realm, and go in and connect with your twin flame at a soul level and call them to you that way. You know, you're not going to call them in by, you know, focusing on what that person did or didn't do for you right now. And the truth of the matter is that if the person isn't there, you still have more healing to do. I know I do, and that's the message for you. It takes practice to go into the 5D realm and connect with somebody really on a soul level from a place of really true, radiant, divine, pure, unconditional love. And so how do you do that? So many ways to do it. And you probably do it when you get caught in the moments of, you know, you probably hear your twin talking to you. That's real. That's what the reality is. That's real. Not this he said, she said, he didn't do this, I didn't hear from him, what am I going to do about this? I'm shutting off communication because he said this, or you know, you can't do that. And I think perhaps some of my other videos were mistaken. In struggle comes growth, and I've spent much time up here. So the few times that I've come out of it and been really focused on this 3D plane, I'm able to pull back up pretty quickly. So the more you make a habit of connecting with your twin up here, the less time you'll want to spend down here analyzing everything and getting caught up in these minute details that really don't matter. What's real is what's happening on the soul level. If you can hear your twin if you can feel the love from them also, not just the love that you're sending, you can sort of feel what's happening on the other end, on the other side of things. I'll say just an update to my situation is that I did remove the block, and we've had some limited communication via text, in which I've been asking repeatedly, could you please honor that we keep this silent? Please leave this alone for now. Just let it rest and let us be in a higher place with it all. And he's just been really persistent and thinking, I think what he thinks is that there is a resistance coming from me, but that's really not at all what it is. So today I rephrased how I asked, and I feel like it was heard finally, on a soul level. And one of the things that occurred to me was that there was insecurity on his side too. So when I rephrased how I asked him to give this 3D communication a break, I in it reminded him that I'm not going to forget him. And that, I was actually sensing from him, spirits, spoke to me and told me that he's fearful. This is what this sending me pictures, sending me photos, sending me, as I try to close the door, he's trying to latch on. So he's fearful. He's fearful that without that communication, that I would forget him, and that very 3D plane stuff. And so what this causes us both to do is, one, I lent a little reassurance so that it's made it okay to close the communication now peacefully, in agreement, out of respect for one another, and to honor that. And I do feel the shift now. I felt it shift on his end too. And so there's two things I need to say about that. It's, make sure you're communicating clearly and asking for what you need, but asking for it out of love, not anger, not resistance, not blocking, not pushing, not shoving, not trying to control. That's one. That's how you set boundaries, by the way. So especially in this twin flame connection, it's really important that if you do need to ask or create a boundary, that you do it out of complete and pure love. And the second thing is what I had just mentioned, that, I think the divine feminine has been doing their work, but really TikTok, when's he going to show up, and, and where is he? And I feel like I'm ready and I'm longing for him. And why isn't he here yet? And so that causes a lot of doubt, and that doubt has caused us to, sometimes waver. Is this really my twin flame? Is it not? Is this ever going to come around? Should I just move on? All of these things. And I think what's happening on the other side too with the divine masculine is that no matter what the situation, whether they're in a relationship, a marriage, if it's a separation due to distance or life decisions, they're missing you just as much, and they intend to return for certain. And, especially when there is that it was almost like a palpable feeling of, oh my gosh, he's in fear too. He's in fear too. He's afraid too. He's afraid to lose me. But what we all need to understand, and of course I can't sit down and have a conversation about this with him right now, but I can have it with you, with all of you. What we all need to understand is that the major healing comes on our own time when we do our own work. And how we connect with our twin on a soul level through telepathy and meditation and pure vision and pure love and sending out light, and not focusing on he said this, she said this, he didn't do this, or he didn't call me, I didn't text him back. These things feel like they're so earthly that they don't even belong in this sacred, relationship. I know things happen on the plane of reality. You do have to set boundaries and move towards that which feels good. But in the bigger picture, you must also stay focused on the feeling of love between the both of you, and the faith that you have that it will all work out, and the faith that you have that a union is impending. I feel like it is. I actually had a very clear dream last week or several nights ago, and I was in a car with him, and I remember exactly what he was wearing. I was inside myself. I don't remember and really details about myself, but I leaned up against his arm, and he wasn't all there with me yet, but he was coming, and it was like it was some conversation or something about him returning and us being together. And I said that I missed him and whatever, and it was right around, I don't know whether somebody told me, whether my guides told me in the dream, or whether he and I said it to one another, but it was Thanksgiving. So we're in the middle of June right now, or going towards the end of June, and that's a bit of a stretch for me in my process to say, okay, well, is that the omen? Is that it? Just trust in that, by Thanksgiving maybe things will have come around. It's not for me to even ponder, but I thought it was interesting, and it kind of made me pause and say to myself, this isn't going to happen tomorrow, and clearly if there's 5 more months, 4 more months, 3 more months, 2 more years, whatever it is, there are things that I need to do in the meantime, and so do you. And so however you can best carry on and move forward, and not focus on those little details, and just really focus on the details, the here and now of your life, of getting things in order, doing your healing, your shadow work, and all of that. And then, the other stuff will fall into place, and you can be in a higher place with your twin this whole time. You choose the way it goes. You don't have to choose to feel chained to something that is torturing you. And I think a lot of us have felt doubtful and a little bit tormented. So I guess my message is, get out of your head, stop the torment, and days of struggle will come, but you'll rise above them, and just have trust and faith, and try to connect at a soul level. Those are the most important things. And I'm doing, again, just to remind any of you who watch this video, on Thursday this week, June 23rd, I'm doing a 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time conference call, and it's going to be a free conference call. I'll be guiding it. I've already have several people interested in joining in from actually all around the world, and it's just basically a twin flame support group. So if you're interested, email me. I'll put my email address in the description here. It's transformationscapecod@gmail.com, and I'll send you the information so that you can connect into the call. All right. He said, she said, no more. Get out of your head. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.